Or
Because you know, part of it is Glee's become so popular, and everybody's having so much fun that they're not taking them serious.
And then even though this is Betty White's year, they're not going to give it to Betty White for 6 episodes of a television series. They'd give her for like a guest appearance for 6 episodes, but the show like, I think it got canceled because the fact that we watched it.
And the show is hot in Cleveland.
I know, it's the performance in ensemble and a dramatic series. Well, we don't go any farther than Boardwalk Empire.
Well, we'll tell them at least the other categories.
The Closer, Dexter, The Good Wife, and Mad Men. Mad Men has won it 3 years in a row. Now it's time for Boardwalk Empire to win it.
So they decided to share?
Yeah, well, Boardwalk Empire is also, they're sucking up to Martin Scorsese, folks.
Oh, okay.
Because he's returned to TV after 40-some years. He started on television.
I never thought about him as being in TV. I mean...
Well, yeah, he's from the television world. Actually, Martin Scorsese was an actor like Jack Nicholson was a director who wanted to act. Scorsese was an actor that wanted to direct. So they went to work for American International and Roger Corman, and they got to, well, if you direct, I'll let you act. If you act, I'll let you direct. And then they never went back. But that's the game of that. What we got asked to perform by Song and Accomplice series.
In a comedy series for the ensemble.
Okay,
30 Rock.
Glee, Hot in Cleveland, Modern Family, and The Office. Here's the problem. It's either 30 Rock or The Office.
Why do you say that?
Well, because
30 Rock's been a favorite.
30 Rock had been a favorite, but Carell's series, and he's leaving this year, which means, I mean, they think they're talking about bringing in Tim Allen to replace him, which could work, but it's basically, it's at the end of its run. When you start making changes...
I know. It's like, he's such a central character in that show.
It will more than likely die, but remember that, that guy that we don't like from England,
which guy?
That one English actor that's seen pop all the game shows. He left his show and basically Office died the next year. So, but, I know, so, okay, SAG honors for stunt ensemble. Here.
Now, I didn't even know they did stunt ensembles.
Yeah.
That's a new one.
Green Zone, Inception, and Robin. It's going to be Inception. Because that's,
you think so?
Well, yeah, because there's a lot of things getting tossed around.
And that's for stunt ensemble in a motion picture. Now, the other category is the stunt ensemble in a TV series.
Yeah, basically Burn Notice, CSI, Dexter, Southland, and True Blood. I would say it would be Burn Notice, but they'll probably give it to True Blood on HBO because it's a vampire movie. There's lots of stuff going on there. So.
Well, it did say stunt ensemble. I personally like Burn Notice because I like to watch
that
show.
Well, no, but Burn Notice doesn't have as many
many stunts.
Yeah, well, they got stunts. Well, you got little tiny actress walks around with her shotgun. Girls like guys that make things go boom. She likes to blow things up. So that they actually do a lot of explosions on that show, though. I mean, they blow up lots of things on that show. So, but it's probably True Blood because they favor prime time. They favor pay cable over basic cable all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay. But then Ernest Borgnine's Lifetime Achievement Award. Well, the guy's still acting in his middle-90s. He's out of shape. I mean, this guy. I don't see how Ernest Borgnine gets insurance, and yet he's still working. Because he's obviously built, I mean, the weight is, may not be weight like you think it. He just maybe, I mean, I know he's a big guy.
But, he has such a jolly sense of humor.
Well,
he does!
I actually did stuff with Ernest Borgnine like 50 years ago. And Ernest Borgnine was actually tall and trim. I mean, the guy had a waistline then, He's sort of built like me at that time of life.
Well, I remember talking to his PR person. He was so excited that he said, "We get to go to such a..." I'm with Ernest Borgnine this year. Yeah,
and then we never got to speak to Borgnine because they kept changing the schedule on us. And we had to be somewhere else at the same time then because we wanted to do it, but actors with multiple nominations.
So then part of it is they do all the nominations, right? They tell you all the categories.
Yeah, so...
was that all the categories? That's it? And so then they give us the fact sheet.
I know, motion picture with multiple nominations. So, oops, I know.
Watch out. We have a lot of pages. See, this is one of those times that I press the button.
I know, without watching.
Well, there's 21 pages, which I didn't realize. Usually we would have...
Well, I was in a hurry, and, okay. looking.
Well, I didn't look beforehand because I'm like, oh, I saw the top part and I thought, oh, there was
No,
like 4
this
pages.
is basically, they got a really slim show. That was it, folks.
That was it?
That's it. The rest
The
is
rest is
the rest is just the rest of his procedural material. It's going to be a very slight show.
I was just really surprised. It's like, okay, so the other facts that we have are kind of like how many for me nominations by studio.
No,
for
actually,
theatrical
though.
motion
Oh, okay.
pictures.
Here's the problem: is this isn't what you get if you're watching this. This is what we get, which is why, because I'll sit there and go. Now, you know, instead of doing it on the screen, I'll sit there and mark off the stuff now. But this is a press version. It's 21 pages long. The same thing as we did the Golden Globe. We had the press version, not the public version.
So that's why when they're sitting there talking and you're going, how do they know all those things? You're thinking everybody did all the research? No, they sent it out to the press.
The research is provided for us. It tells us how many people are getting nominations.
Actors with multiple nominations in movies, actors with multiple nominations.
And actors that have been nominated across the board, you know, did they get them for feature films and television both?
Yeah, like Alec Baldwin for male comedy for 30 Rock and ensemble comedy for 30 Rock.
Yeah, and basically this is, you know, there's 21 pages of stuff we got to go through. You got like about 6. We have 15 more pages.
And they'll tell you, Paramount Pictures has 6 Academy Award nominations.
Well, yeah,
or actually, these are, excuse me, Screen Actor Guild.
Because this also goes out to the studio publicists, so they'll say, you know, HBO leads with nomination for network and primetime series. Paramount leads for theatrical. This is big stuff for the industry.
Yeah,
you basically now get to see the big stuff the same. Most of the time you don't get to see this, but you are today, so because she pushed the button. I know.
Like, for example, Jeff Bridges for True Grit.
Yeah.
He'll tell you previous nominations.
Yeah,
right?
That's right. It basically, okay, say when you got the person, the on-the-air announcer is telling you, and this is Jeff Bridges' 2nd nomination in this category. His previous nomination and a win was, see, now you know.
This is our list.
That's our list. So we can sit there, make the guy, you know, look like he's smart. So, or if you're doing, say, also it's a red carpet thing. How does it feel having your 2nd nomination in this category? You think, you know, what do you think your chances are of winning this year? About the chances I did 20 years ago. So,
well, and part of it is, you know, when they go down the red carpet, that's why sometimes they get exactly the same questions.
Yeah.
Because first of all, if they're nominated for an Academy Award, you want to ask them about their nomination, right?
And we get this
actually, we're doing Screen Actors Guild. So if they're nominated for a Screen Actors Guild, you want to ask them about that.
No, but you'll ask them here. You know that how the winners in the movie category tend to go on to be nominated by the Academy, like such as you were last year, Mr. Bridges. What do you think your chances of pulling a Tom Hanks or Katharine Hepburn and winning 2 in a row? And he'll say, well, okay, we'll put it this way. Mr. Bridges is doing public appearances at auto shows. He thinks his chances of winning an Academy Award are very good again this year. That's called when you, okay, Lloyd Bridges, I mean, I worked with his father, God, you know, 60 years ago. So, you know, I always said that gruesome. You know, when the Bridges were little Bridges, but his father knew how, his father basically never won anything. Like his sons are basically his, they tend to give, I mean, everybody knows, Jeff Bridges was basically shouldn't have got for Crazy Heart. He got it for his family's body of work. So next they'll give him one, because he's still a young man, he will get an award for what he's, for the next one he gets will be for the role he did. But Lloyd, Jeff Bridges came out last year. He said, you know, I accept this award in behalf of my father and my mother, who put in, you know, like 6 to 7 decades of work in this industry, and with whom I wouldn't be here except for them.
Yeah. Because
this was a family award last year, because it's just not like, you know, well, Peter Fonda, for instance, has been a great actor. He's never, basically his is for Easy Rider, because, you know, direction, writing, all that stuff. But he did Yuli's Gold was his nomination. He went across the board, won everything, but didn't get the Academy Award because somebody else was in line to get a Lifetime Achievement Award. Remember, a lot of this stuff is achievement awards, like Natalie Portman. Nobody cares. Well, it's a politically correct movie about two gay ballet dancers. But it is not a movie that should give Academy Awards or Screen Actors Guild Awards to her Golden Globes. But she's been around since she was like, you know, she basically was in a movie with Jean Reno, where Jean Reno is the hitman, and basically he's towing her around Little Girl. I mean, I can remember when she's a member of Mensa, was basically, she was on a David Letterman show. She's a super intellect. But she's been around since she was a kid, and she's been in she's been in movies that have made a lot of money. Black Swan isn't going to make anything. Well, the DVD's going to make a lot of money because the DVDs had the stuff cut out. The DVD has the stuff that they couldn't get the ratings, you know, on yet. No, but the Mia Kunis has been around. She was on a '70s show. She was too young to be on the show, so she's actually about 3 years younger than what she. So she's got she's a child actor that's now moving into adult roles. And then you look down the list, they're rewarding people for their past body of work, and the fact that they've given like three years in a row to Mad Men, so they're going to move it over to something else. And this year is Boardwalk Empire, which basically every critic loves the Boardwalk Empire. And it's a different type of show. Boardwalk Empire is extremely popular with the public too. Generally, they're not very popular with the public. I mean, The Closer might get something because this is Kira Sedgwick's last year, but I doubt it because Kira Sedgwick's like 3 Emmys, Golden Globes.
She's got tons.
You know, she's got all of these things. You know, she goes home and says, "What have you done, Kevin?" Well, what I've done is I have a game in my name that everybody in the world plays, Kira.
What game is that?
7 Links to Kevin Bacon or something.
Oh, did he? There's a game called that?
I think it's 6 steps. You can link anybody in the world to Kevin Bacon.
Oh, that's kind of funny.
And that's what, you know, I can imagine.
I didn't know he did a game. I remember people sitting there talking about 6...
Yeah, it's 6 Links to Kevin Bacon.
Was that from a movie or something?
No, it was a joke, and it's now a major. You can basically, anybody in the world, you can link to Kevin Bacon in 6 steps. So that's the thing around the table. When she puts her Emmys and her Golden Globes and her Screen Actors Guild and her Drama Critics Award, he just brings out his, oh, and see, that Emmy can be linked to me in 3 steps. This Emmy can be linked to me in 4 steps. That Globe can be elected to me. I said, I actually know the person very intimately. She's the mother of my children that have all of this stuff. So,
oh, that is funny. Because so it's like, I know people always used to talk to the 6 degrees of separation. 6 degrees to Kevin Bacon.
Yeah. But that basically awards, honestly, awards tend to break up families. You know, like, well, I've got 2 Academy Awards. You've only got 3 Emmys. Let's get divorced. But this way...
It doesn't go quite like that.
Actually, it does go like that. Yeah.
Or do you think they just got attitude?
It's basically, you know, you've only got 1 Emmy. I just won my 3rd Academy Award. I think it's time that we get a divorce.
Oh.
Well, no, it's hierarchy because what happens is the male or the female have a tendency to outgrow the person that isn't making, that, you know, they could be making as much money, actually be making more money, but the Oscar is a bigger deal than an Emmy. And an Emmy is a bigger deal than a Tony, and a Tony is a bigger deal than a Grammy. So you add, you know, you put these things on a table. Like, well, then you know, I have the actor, you know, Rita Moreno. Well, I have an Oscar, I have a Tony, I have a Grammy, I have a Golden Globe. What have you got, husband? Yeah. See, yeah. So that's how that works. But you know, we're going to see how close we come. So. We're going to put part of this stuff up. Well, actually, 21 pages is too much to put up. We'll put up the basics. And
you just put up the basics. You don't need to see the rest. Although you'd probably like to see the rest, but that's
probably
more
like
for
to see
media.
the rest. And it was for media. It doesn't do all that good. For me, it's important because I can sit there and keep track of stuff. Because that's what. Actually, see, we have them because we are news editors, folks. Even though the people over at the Rose Parade don't think we're legitimate because they don't like the way we do business, we are actually duty certified card-carrying members of the directors.
There are people that know that we are and know what we've done. They just have, it's a changing of the guard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so, you know, next time this is okay.
Of people that don't feel like working. And this is not a spring chicken. We're here yesterday, today, and tomorrow. For more information, you can always go to
www.montybubble.net on the net, and you can see how we are. Look at how far. This is our 3D stuff. We are on our wall.
And wherever you're watching us, subscribe to us, follow us on Twitter, and thank you once again for over 40 million links on the internet.